I'll share my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, great. So today we will talk about all different components that you need to work on to get a job faster. So why I enhance that term faster, because for different people, it has different pace, right? How much time you're spending. But if you want to get something 4 to 6 weeks, you need to focus on 4 components together. That is resume, LinkedIn, how you are networking, and how you are doing your interview prep. And also some of the learning materials that you can share in LinkedIn so that recruiters can have their eyes on your profile. So let's start with the resume don'ts. I have seen a lot of people are not maintaining a proper resume format. So that is very important, because as a role of business analyst, data analyst, you are going to deal with a lot of documentation. So the first impression when people are seeing your resume, and if it is the format is not aligned, then it really have a bad impression on the profile. And some people add graduation years. That's very common. I have seen within the students who recently graduated also. I always advise not to include that, because that create a biasness of, so someone who is hiring for a role that requires 3 to 4 years of experience. So someone who is hiring for 3 to 4 years of experience, when they look into your profile and see you're graduating in 2023, they will automatically just skim through the profile and not go through the experience, because they will have multiple resume to compare with, right? So it's good not to put any kind of graduation year in the resume. And let's say you're applying for a business analyst role, but you don't have the experience of a business analyst, or you're applying for a data analyst role and you don't have experience working as a data analyst, right? You don't want to include some skills in the resume that's irrelevant. I have seen, let's say, some people were caretaker or worked in restaurants. If those skills are not adding value to your current job, I will say don't include that. Try to add the relevant experience, anything. So for a business analyst, if you work with different team, you have led multiple people in a project, make sure you added those, highlight those. And for data analyst, if you worked using certain tools like Python, Tableau, make sure you add those projects and use bold to highlight those tools, so people can easily skim through your resume and see what you already good at. One more mistake is not having a LinkedIn link, right? So if LinkedIn is a promotional tool for everyone, it's like a website. So when you're not adding a LinkedIn tool, they are missing a lot of story about you, because you are working on your LinkedIn profile, you're adding a lot more skills, a lot more examples in the LinkedIn, but resume is it's just 1 page, maximum 2 page. So having a LinkedIn profile, it's really mandatory in resume if you want to get noticed by the resume recruiter. And also address. So I have seen many people add city and state, but here's the thing. If you are applying for a job in New York and you live in Texas, there's a high chance, just because you put that address, people will not even call you because you're not local. People only want to call people, work with people who lives close to the work environment, who can just come and start working and add contribution and add value to the company. So if you are giving that address, that's again already reduced number of recruiters are reaching out to you. So don't need to give address unless you want to, don't want to relocate. If you just want to stay in one state, only then I will prefer adding the address. And then adding GPA. So don't need to add GPA, because that's not telling any story of how can you add value to the company, or what you can do to the company based on the GPA. So that's just taking space. So we want to make sure we give all the contents that's more helpful for the recruiter to hire you, rather than giving some contents that's not so helpful. And yeah, add location of each job. So let's say you have experience back in a different country. Now you're applying for a US role. When you're doing a background verification, they will already know all different address, but in your resume, sometimes you don't need to add detailed address. Where did you work? As long as you're putting your company name, your title, and the description, that is enough. And the education should be in the end. The reason is the people, when they're hiring, the first thing they want to see is, can you do the job? So what are the relevant skills you have? Can you actually come and start working as a data analyst and business analyst in my company? So first I want to skim through all the skills you have, and then I go to the education profile and then see what kind of degree you have. For the certification, add the certification that has more valuable in US. So I have seen people, they do a lot of LinkedIn courses and they add all different certification, one page in resume of all different LinkedIn certification. We have added LinkedIn link just because your certification, they can still view in the LinkedIn. We don't want to just take a space of one page, adding the LinkedIn learning course certifications. And one more common mistake I have seen, people will, in the skill section, people will say that all the soft skill, say in a way, strong communication or team collaboration. You are going to use those keywords in your job description, not in the skill section. Skill section is for something you will talk about: agile methodology, Jira, Python, SQL, or any kind of tool the company is using, rather than showcasing your communication, talking about your collaboration skills, because those skills people can just skim through your job description and understand that you are capable enough to have a good communication skill to survive in a company like that, to survive in a role like that, right? So that's why we have those job description. You will add all the numbers and impact. So these are some of the don'ts of the resume. We will move to what are the must of the resume. Some basic thing, right? When you save your resume, I have seen many people don't follow any format. They will have different characters in the saving file. But when you are attaching your resume, right, people can see that. Make sure you write your name. Let's say your name is Arbaz. You write Arbaz and then your desired job role. You are looking for a Java developer. So it will be Arbaz # Java developer. So when someone is seeing your resume, they already know that, okay, you are a Java developer, then they will be more eager to even start reviewing the resume to begin with. And as I say, make sure the format is correct. The alignment is correct. The font you're using, same font throughout your resume. Those small things matters when people are looking at your resume. And the best way to get attention to the recruiter is adding different numbers and showing impact instead of talking about what was your general description. If you just talk about, I have scheduled meeting, I have created project scope documents, it's a general responsibility, right? Instead, why don't you say how many team members you had when you work in that position? Did you work with 20 people, 50 people? Add those numbers. And then when you were scheduling meeting, what impact it have? You really bring the whole team together to solve whatever project you are working. So focus that project name, focus what was the bigger impact from that project, what revenue that project bring to the company. When you are talking those bigger skills, when you're talking about your impact, that will add a lot of value in your resume. And people want to hire you because they want someone like you to come and join my company and do the same, add value to my company, work with 20 people. That's what in every company people are doing. So make sure you have those numbers, have those impact in anything you are conveying to the recruiter. because the resume is telling story about how you can add value to the next role, to the next company, the next job you're applying. And adding relevant experience only, as I already covered, don't need to add every single job description you have. Let's say you have 10 years of experience. From that 10 years of experience, add the skills, add the job in the job description, only mention the skills that goes with the position. So again, same example. So Arbaz, you're looking for a Java developer role. So whenever you're telling story, talk all the responsibilities of a Java developer instead of talking about a different role. So make sure your whole resume, even if it's a one-page resume, it's talk all the experience is relevant to a Java developer that the company need, that all the tools you are using, all the scenarios you are working with, different projects you have worked using Java or other skill set. For business analysts, it will be talking about agile methodology. You are talking about your experience with Jira, CRM tools like Salesforce, creating user stories. You have to showcase those. You can learn those skills and still talk about a story, because people will see, can you come to my company and lead sprint planning? Can you come to my company and work in an agile environment? So for the data analyst, it will be using different tool and doing different visualization, right? So making sure you are telling story that you already have done that, rather than telling your different experience, because that is not really adding any value to the company. And one of the, there is a link I'm going to share. So this was showing in a LinkedIn that how can you, let me share that. So I don't know if you have premium. If you have premium, you can see this video. But today I share a post, I will share that with you. It is talking about how can you use your LinkedIn premium tools to here. Find the keywords that a company is hiring for. All you need to do, it's sharing in that video. Let me share it in the link first. So here, okay, there is some chat. I missed that. Let me share this link and then I'll go through. Okay, Pisaro, you are business analytics students. Did you already graduate or you are graduating in the coming semester? Let me know. Can you help with some business use case scenarios as Java developer? So this, I think, business use case scenario, it will be, you should ask someone who worked as a Java developer. So you can, any role you are looking, at least find 5 people in LinkedIn with a similar role, and then talk to them their experience of how they find the job and what are they doing day to day. So you can find the gap you have. If something you don't know, note it down and ask them, how can I learn that skill, right? So this question should be asked to someone who work as a Java developer. I work as a program manager and I have experience as business analyst, project manager, and program management, and as well as I work as a developer analyst, but I never worked as a Java developer, so I couldn't answer that question. But as I say, you can connect with someone in LinkedIn who is already a Java developer, and then just ask your curiosity that you want to learn about their day-to-day role. And then you talk about yourself also, that what is your journey of learning, and then figure out what are some of the things you can still learn from them. And in the end, you can always ask for referral, that in their company, if they're looking for a Java developer, so that they can contact with you. Okay, so as I was saying, I find this tool very, very helpful. What it does is, when you are checking your resume, instead of you finding all the keywords, this tool will find it for you. So all you need to do is come to the LinkedIn, upload your resume, and select what role you are looking for. So once you do that, it will showcase what are some of the tools. So let me share from my LinkedIn. How can you do that?
Okay. Are you still sweating?
Oh, it's me. I joined the group thing online.
Oh, okay. When I get back from work,
So here I'm in my LinkedIn profile now. So what I'm going to do is go to the job. And then I'm trying to. So you see, these are all the premium tools you can use. So one is interview prep, which I will cover later. So this is the resume inside. So I'm clicking this. So either I can upload my resume or I can just create from my profile. So that will tell what information I give in my LinkedIn based on it. So if you want your resume review, you can just upload your resume and do that. But I'm going to show you from creating from my profile. So I'm going to give program manager because that's my role. So you can select business analyst, Java developer, anything, right? What role you're looking. You just select it here and then click apply. And look at it. This tool is doing all the job. It is telling you what are some of the skills that your portfolio already have and what are some of the suggested keywords that I don't have. So I don't have these suggested keywords that I can add. And looking at it, I can still, edit at the same time. Oh, agile methodologies, I need to add it somewhere here, right? Once you add it, it will be like deducted from here. So it's a very useful tool you can use to edit your LinkedIn or resume. Okay. Let's go back to our slide. Okay, and add, as I say, when you're adding the relevant experience, make sure you highlight those experience so people can, when they're skimming through, let me share one of resume of mine so you will get an idea. So you see, when I initially I start with my role, what role I'm looking for, I add my LinkedIn profile. At the same time, I added all different tools and highlighted them. So what it does is it's easy to skim through the resume. They don't need to read each line, right? They have only less than 5 minutes. Sometimes they even spend 1 minute on a resume. So you want to make sure you have those numbers, you have those highlighted keywords that the recruiter is looking for. If they come to my profile and if they don't find what they're looking for, they're not going to call me. So it's important to highlight and making sure you're showcasing your impact in that. And then as you see, I added my education. I didn't add it any year, and also added some of the certification that I did. And all the skills that is needed for a program management, I only added those skills. Okay, so let's talk about adding projects. So I heard a lot of students from Texas A&M, they asked me that we have done projects in our semester. I don't know, how can I add those projects, right? Even if it's your academic project, if you worked as a graduate research assistant, you might have more project to add in your resume, or if you participate in any hackathon, you might have more projects to add. But if you don't, it's still okay because you can add your academic projects. Think about the project you worked in each course and just 2 or 3 lines. I make it a little bit bigger font. That's why it's showing like that, but it's just saying in 2 lines what was the project, what tools I used, showcasing that I can work. So it's not my current projects. When I graduated, I used this thing. Now I don't show this, obviously. It was 5-6 years back when I graduated. When I was looking for a job, I used these example projects because that time I didn't have other projects to showcase. And it helped me get my first job too. So I hope it is helpful for you too. Do you want me to add it in the, can you show resume title again. Are you here, Arbaz? What resume title you want to say? My resume title? So graduating. Oh, okay. Sure. You're graduating this summer. Okay. Congratulations. My resume title, okay. It is showing a program manager and agile coach. Okay, let me send this. I'm gonna send this to you in a recording so you can look into the project names and get an idea how can you figure out how to add those projects in your resume as well. As a fresh graduate, if you don't have work experience, it's very important to add projects. But if you have work experience, you can add this kind of projects in the LinkedIn because the focus, your highlight will be your work experience. Okay, so I want to do a little activity session. I want engaging conversation. So tell me one item that you will update in your resume today after our conversation. What is the one thing you will update in your resume today? Because all about action you are taking, it will help you get job faster, right? So I want you to tell me one thing you are going to change in your resume, and I want you to do that after our session. What do you think you can apply to your resume right away? Let's hear. And the second thing is, I already talked to you all, what are some of the jobs you are looking. And I also want to know what are the salary range you are looking. The reason I'm asking is, as I say, whoever will stay end of this session will get a salary template that I use to get a 30% pay bump. And I'm gonna share that with you just because you are spending your time with me. Thank you so much. Okay. New suggested keyword that are missing. Awesome. Have you tried, okay, another question is, have you ever tried networking with any industry professional? If yes, type 1. And if you didn't try, type 2. I want to know how many people are actually doing networking actively. Yes, my college. Okay, so everyone is doing actively networking. That's good. So are you networking with the people who work in the same job that you're looking for? Because it's very important that you talk to people who are data analysts, who are a Java developer, who are a business analyst. In that way, you will learn more from the role and you can even feel more confident because you know in and out of the role, you can start working in that role. Mostly with recruiters. Both is important, networking with recruiters and networking with the professionals who is also working in the industry. So think about this week's task. When you are going home, that's your another action item. Find 5 people you want to connect with. What that will do is, if you're looking for a data analyst role, find 5 data analyst role and 5 business analyst people who are currently working. Even I do that. I want to be an agile coach in the future career. Yesterday I randomly added 5 people. So 1 is from UK, 1 from Capital One Agile Coach. I write a message and connect with them, and then they added me. So now my next step will be to ask for 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, politely ask for 15, 20 minutes, and then have a conversation to learn from them. Before I go to them, I do my own research. What is Agile Coach? How can I learn that using online materials? And then I talk to them that, I'm going to start. So can you guide me a little bit? That's going to change everything for you. If you can do it, if you can connect with 5 people this week and just learn from them, ask them, what can you do to get that job you're looking for? It will change everything, how you are currently applying for a job, it will change everything. Because when you listen their perspective, they're already working in the industry. You can hear what are they working with. And they can even refer to people. They can even tell you if they're hiring for anyone in the company. So please do that. Talk with 5 people, the role you are looking for. Create a profile video of 1 to 2 minutes and share your network. It's like an elevator pitch. So when you go to any networking event, if you're in university, you know that the first thing, you introduce yourself, you just have less than 2 minutes, 1 minute, sometimes less than 2 minutes to create that first impression. First impression will stay forever, right? You want to show up with your best confidence when you are talking about your elevator pitch. Let me tell you, I follow a big business program manager in Microsoft. He posted before he even get that job. He was talking about the elevator pitch day and night. Like, you have to be so confident saying it that even if you sleep, you can say what are you doing. So the third action item, right? You should write down an elevator pitch. Less than 2 minutes, write it down, because do all the thinking in that 2 minutes. You have to focus on all the keywords, right? That you have work, your best accomplishments, you want to showcase that. And then create a profile video. Create a profile video and share it with your LinkedIn. It is a little bit uncomfortable, but we have to push ourselves and get uncomfortable because we want that job. Another suggestion. A lot of people, when you are looking for business analyst, I have seen people only search for one title: business analyst, business analyst, business analyst, or data analyst, data analyst, data analyst. Don't do that. Look for similar titles also. For a business analyst, some of the example titles I have given here: business system analyst, product owner, process improvement analyst. When you read through the description, you will see a lot of similarity. But why you're only applying for business analyst role, right? Look for other terms as well: operation analyst, business intelligence analyst. Same for project manager. For project manager, if you are looking into a project management role, apply for some other role like IT manager, IT consultant, Scrum Master. I have told this before one of my event, but if someone is new, coming to my event first time, then this will be a good information. So tell me, who is coming to my event for the first time? I want to know. Type 1. Whoever is coming to my event. Today's event is the first time you are seeing me, first time you are learning from me. Type 1. Okay, good. We have 2 people. So try to use this strategy, right? Because when you're looking for job, all those terms, business analyst, data analyst, everyone knows about it. So when they look for a job, they're always looking for it. So you have to find something different. Why I'm saying, from my example, my first job, I was looking for business analyst, data analyst, and then I wasn't really getting interviews. Same, I was in the shoe, same like yours. I wasn't getting interview calls. Then I started applying for other titles too. So my first job I got, it was a developer analyst. Similar role as a data analyst, but they are not calling a data analyst. They are calling a developer analyst. So if I only apply for data analyst, I would not be able to get that job. So all am I saying, people, don't just focus on one role when you are applying to the job. My second role, again, I wanted a managerial position, but again, I didn't heard about program manager, but I was looking for all different roles that I can implement my leadership skill. A lot of people that time didn't even know about what a program manager does. When I shared with my LinkedIn network that I joined a program manager, people's first question is, what is a program manager? I know project manager, I know product manager. What is a program manager? Because people never even heard about those, right? That's why people are not even applying to those roles. So just figure out a similar term of a business analyst, data analyst. For Java developer, you can see maybe Java consultant, right? Not just Java developer, IT consultant. Look into some of the companies, they are hiring a lot of IT consultants like Deloitte, Accenture, Infosys. They are hiring business analysts, then also IT consultants regularly each year. So many people work with them. Even my favorite company is Kforce. If you are an international student who need sponsorship, I always suggest to find a company who can sponsor your H-1B as well as green card. So Kforce is one of my favorite. So, okay, these are some of the example. So let's move into, will you not red flag if we apply to different position on an ATS? Different position, but the roles are same. Your job descriptions are same. That's all I'm saying, Arbas. So even if you're applying for an IT consultant, your job description will be a lot similar than what you are working. And if there is 2 or 3 things you don't have in your resume, you can always learn those skills. You can keep adding those in your resume. So it will not red flag with the ATS, and you will change the title. So let's say if I apply for Agile coach role, I'm not going to save my resume as a program manager. I'm going to save my resume as Agile coach. So you are changing your resume also when you're applying for the role. So it shouldn't be flag on ATS at all. Okay, guys. So let's talk about LinkedIn mask. So when I talk about LinkedIn mask, I want you to do an activity. Share your LinkedIn profile in the comment and connect with each other. So whenever you're coming to my session, try to do networking. So who else are also looking for job? You can be a job buddy for each other and support them, right? Because your goal is same. You all want a job as fast as possible. You want to start making money. You want to start contributing and just fulfill, right? That's all we are looking for. We want a fulfillment in our career. Connect with each other. If you don't know each other, drop your LinkedIn in the message and connect with each other and endorse the skill set for each people. So that will be very useful. If you are endorsing someone's skills, that will help you to stand out when a recruiter is looking at your resume. So some of the LinkedIn masks to get job faster. So I know not everyone will do this, but some people, if you really want to get a job faster, you have to do something differently, do something uniquely different, right? So this is one of the things I say, elevator pitch. Prepare your elevator pitch. What are you good at? What are you looking for in your next role? And then just create a video, short video. Don't need to be, and you can repeat. If it's not good, you can record yourself again. So the best video, share it with your LinkedIn and see, we will support you. You post the video, you give it to me. I will share it with my network. So we can keep sharing, and that's how you can get a job faster. Let me share this video link with you. So I have seen there is a girl, I don't remember her role, but she got laid off from LinkedIn. So she made a video. Is that, let me show her. So she made a video in the LinkedIn and she got so many views. 200 people are supporting, see 25 comments. So definitely I will suggest, if you want something faster, you already know what to do, apply for a job, go to a portal. Why don't you do something differently and see that if you can get a different result, right? That's our target. I just shared the video link with you. Please feel free to save it if you want to watch it as an example when you are preparing your video. Okay, so next, move on to the next point is utilize some of the new feature, the one I just shared to find out the missing keywords and add it to your LinkedIn, add it to your resume, verify your work email. If you're currently working in any company, you can verify the work email. And 3 most important items when people are hiring for any role, they are gonna look what is your headline. Make sure your headline showcase the job you're looking for, not showing graduate student of Texas A&M. That's not going to help you get a job. Write down, if you're looking for a data analyst job, after your name, it should be data analyst. After your name, it should be business analyst, because then people know when they're filtering to find applicants who are business analysts. So when the recruiter is looking for a candidate, they have a filter in the LinkedIn that they track who are some of the candidates is looking for business analyst role, who have, if they're looking for 10 skill set, they will try to find a match, at least have 6 to 7 skill match. So the skill section, the headline section, the about section is about adding those call to action. How can someone contact you? Adding your email address there. Showcasing your career highlights. What was your top 3 achievement in your entire career? If you are a student, if you have any big achievement, feel free to add that in the about section too. And feature section is, if you have any certification, you can add those certification in the feature section. And as I said, you have to make sure the skills you're adding in the LinkedIn, they are based on the importance. So if you're applying for a business analyst role, leadership experience, team collaboration, those are very important. Agile methodologies, right? Those should be in the top skill set section. So all I'm saying here, let me share my LinkedIn again and show you. So our session might go a little, not a little, I think over 1 hour. I hope you are okay with that, because I'm just trying to cover everything you need to get a job faster. So in the skill section, you can reorder them. You can reorder the skill set. Here is that option, reorder. And then you can choose which one is more priority, go top, whatever is the bottom priority. So if I'm looking for a business analyst role, if I have Python knowledge, that's not much helpful. I mean, it's good to have, but am I gonna code as a business analyst? I'm not. So I give my technical skills below, because I'm not really working with Google Analytics right now. So having that skill on the top is not helping me with anything. It's nice to have, but it's not mandatory. So same thing, because I also did a master's in business analytics. I have all those background, but then I'm not using it in my job or the role I'm looking for in future. So based on the job you're looking for, the roles or the skills that is needed, make sure those are in the top so people can see those. And as I say, ask your friends today who are coming to my session, endorse each other, even endorse me, right? I'm taking time and talking about it. So why don't you endorse me for the leadership skill or public speaking skills, right? So endorse each other, and what they're gonna do is, it will showcase that you are really good in one skill, because other people think that. And when the recruiters are looking in that filtering session, your profile will be top when they're trying to reach out to certain people. If you so again, I want to ask the same question. In your LinkedIn, tell me one thing you are going to apply after today's session, because I want you guys to take action and get a job faster. So I want you that you are spending your time, and I want you to take something and really implement it in your LinkedIn, in your resume. So tell me one thing that today you are going to change right after our session. One more thing is share projects you worked, anything you worked in your academic career, or even right now as a data analyst, you are learning something, keep sharing the projects. It will give you high visibility. And same about the certification, courses, anything you are learning each day. I know you are learning. Any job seeker, they are not just applying for a job, they are learning something. If you go to YouTube, find any videos helpful, share it with your LinkedIn network and share your insights about that video, and make sure those are relevant to the job you're looking for. So for Java developer, you have to focus on the skill set of a Java developer and showcase those certification in the LinkedIn. For business analysts, you have to showcase your concept of Agile, your concept of Sprint, Scrum in the LinkedIn. So that will give you high visibility and make sure that you can get a job faster. You can ask me any question if you have. I'm looking at it. So for networking don'ts, I want to start with don'ts because I'm seeing a lot of people still now, they reach out to me and just say, I want a job. And I don't know, what do you want? You can just go to someone and not introduce yourself, just be direct that I want a job, I'm graduating, I'm looking for a job, can you help me? You should introduce yourself properly, thank them for their time, and then you talk. So I'm going to share a LinkedIn networking template as well, so you can use that. And then can you review my profile? You can't just first thing you're talking with the people and asking them to do something for you. You should build that relationship first before you ask anything from them. And then I have seen a lot of people just attach resume to and send it to the recruiter. Trust me, they are not even gonna review the resume. So don't do that. Try to be very polite. If they want your resume, they can come back. And mainly if you're already reaching out to the recruiter, they can see your LinkedIn and they can already have all the ideas what you're doing. So don't need to attach any resume. I go to different recruiter events, everyone has complained about it. They say, I don't know why students or even professionals keep sending me resume. I don't have time to reading each message in LinkedIn and review someone's resume. All you can do is apply for a job, share that job ID, share that I have applied for a job and you want, so here's a template. You apply for a job first and then tell the recruiter that you have applied for a job and you'll be happy to have a time and you want to get an interview. So this is what I use. I'm sharing the template that I use after I apply for a job. Being gentle, being polite, thank them for their time. I hope you're doing well. I found your job posting for X company. And then I was immediately drawn to the opportunity to work with your talented team. So I'm sharing that I'm really willing to work with the team. As an experienced business analyst or data analyst with the number of years of experience, I have proven track record of, I talk about delivering complex projects because that's my role, but that will be your value proposition line. So what you are looking for, you will add it here. For me, as a program manager, I deliver projects on time and budget, and that's what the company wants. So you need to find a short one line that what is your value proposition for the role you're looking for and add that. So these are some of the skills. Led cross-functional teams with engineers, product managers. In my current role, I also talk about what is my current job I'm doing. I've successfully managed multiple projects, including some of the project name I've highlighted. So if you have anything like that, feel free to add just the title of the project, which have resulted significant revenue growth. So that's talking about impact, that I not only work in the project, but I also contributed towards revenue growth and improve customer satisfaction. So that's impact. My ability to manage stakeholder expectation, navigate challenging situation, and communicate effectively at all levels of the organization has been critical to my success. So those are my strengths, right? So you talk about your strength as a data analyst. What do you think the company need? Focus that. What do you think a company need as a Java developer? Focus that in this line. That will be your strengths. That will be different than mine, obviously, because I was applying for program manager role. But this is a template you can use and modify. I'm very excited about the opportunity to bring my expertise to your company and make an immediate impact. my skills and experience align well with the requirement of your role, of the role you're hiring for, and then I'm very confident that I can deliver the results. Thank you so much for your consideration. I look forward to discuss my qualification further in an interview, period. You want an interview, period. You don't want them to give your resume and all. You already applied for the job. Okay, so that's the networking template. And let's move on to the interview prep. For Tamusi student, you can use big data interview to prepare. I know many of you are Tamusi student, and someone who is not Tamusi student, it's okay. You still have another interview prep that is AI based. It's LinkedIn interview prep tool. You can record yourself when they will ask a question, tell me about yourself, what are your, like the behavioral question. You can still prepare, record yourself, and then you can replay. What that will do, you can write down 3 things you didn't do well. And then when you are rehearsing, you are doing the second time record, try to focus that 3 weakness you have in your first answer. That will help you to get better each time you talk. Before you do your interview, it's already hard to get to that interview point, right? You have applied for so many roles. You have tried for so many days. Now it's finally time to talk, and that's the interview time. You want to make sure you crack it. Like you talking with someone means you are going to get it. And how can you do that? If you are just going without preparation, if you are first time, I'm meeting Andrea and I'm taking her interview. If I take her interview today, she's not even ready. Versus she already prepared, she already recorded the answer. She already know what will be some of the questions. She has prepared the answers based on it. And then today she come to me. A scenario versus B scenario. You tell me which one is better. Scenario A, type A. Scenario B, type B. Which one you want to be? Do you want to prepare yourself? You want to record a video and make sure that you are well prepared in each question they can ask, versus you just come and, I will just talk for the first time. Then you are losing that opportunity, right? Make sure you are on your best interest. You are on your best preparation when you're coming for the interview. Okay, the next thing, interview questions to ask. So any questions so far? I want to see your response. Okay, no questions. So after your interview, ask questions. It's always show that you are willing to learn more about the role. You are willing to learn more about the job because you are curious. Why are you looking for a job change? What do I answer to do this? What do you mean? You want to talk? You can talk. Oh, recruiters ask this question. Yes, right. Why you are looking for a job change? Yes. What do I answer to this? Okay, so my answer to this is always, I'm looking for professional growth. And I have a wonderful experience working with this company. I love to work with my current team, but I am looking for a career growth. That's why I'm looking for a new job. And sometimes answer can be different because of layoff. Let's say someone is looking for a job in layoff. It's not going to be your scenario. I don't think it will be your scenario. They might say that, the budget or the funding is tight in the projects I'm working. So I'm looking for more opportunities so I can contribute my skills and impact the other company I join. And after these 2 questions I say, this is after you talk to the recruiter, you give your interview session, then you interview the recruiter. You ask question because you want to learn about the role. And when they talk about the challenges, your job is to translate it into your strength. They will tell you a problem they're facing and then translate it to your strength and then give an example that you have solved similar problem like this in the past, and you can do that for this role as well. These are the two questions. You can't see my screen showing that what are the biggest challenges of the job. Can you all see my screen? Andrea, can you see my screen?
Yeah, sorry, we can see it.
Okay, good. Yeah, so these are the top two questions you can ask, that what are the biggest challenges, and then translate your strengths to the recruiters. So they want to hire you at the same point when you are ending your call, because they're like, oh, this person is already expert. I really want her to onboard so that she can come and help my company to solve the problem. That's why you ask this question, and then walk through a current project or a day-to-day activity, right? So that will help also. How can actually this job will help? 1 minute. Okay, so I see that few people dropped. That's why I just stopped for a second. That it's just six already. So can you walk through a current project? So they will talk a little bit about projects, and you will showcase your eagerness to learn about that project, and you will showcase your interest that you are really willing to work on similar projects. So if it's a data analyst or a developer role, you can add your value to it. Sure, Andrea. Okay, so that was one. So interview follow-up. What would be the interview follow-up? It's an email that how can you follow up with someone? Thank you for taking the time to interview me. And you can talk about through if it's phone versus face-to-face, right? And it was a pleasure speaking with you and learning more about the role. I was very interested to learn about this role, and then I'm very excited to bring my prospect and add value to the company. See, all I'm saying is, starting from resume, LinkedIn, all you're showcasing that you can have an impact in the company you are joining. And you need to have a call to action that, okay, what are the next steps? Do you need anything from me? Let me know. So that's a call to action. So you're not just telling you are thankful, but also asking what are the next steps. So even in your interview, you can ask, before you say bye, what are the next steps? When can I hear back, right? So having those answers will give you a relief, like, okay, he told me that I will hear an answer next week. So if you don't hear an answer next week, you can still follow up. So before I go to the salary negotiation template, I want to talk a little bit about the mentorship program that I'm doing. It's the first week. It's 4-week mentorship program. So the first week I do resume and then teach certain skills that a business analyst or data analyst, they need to know to work in a corporate environment. And I will share the certain videos before even the class, so you can have an idea and come to the class and ask questions, because I want to know what are the challenges you're facing in learning, so I can share those tools and show you directly from my computer how to use them. And the week 2, it will be about, the first week is resume and talking about agile methodologies mainly. And the week 2 is talking about LinkedIn, making sure your LinkedIn is everything needed before you can apply for a job. It's a job ready LinkedIn. It's a job ready resume, making sure your profile it's already repolished, it's already revamped, so that you can start applying for jobs. And then talking about Salesforce, because most of the company, if you have previous experience, you already know. But if someone is a graduating student, they will get their first job. So it's important to know about CRM tools like Salesforce, ServiceNow. So I will teach all those concepts, how to work with the project scope documents, project charter, Smartsheet, and some other tools. Those are some tools people use day to day in their industry. So based on my 10 years of experience, I have learned all those tools, which I want to share with you. So when you join the company, or even if you're having conversation with the recruiter, you can showcase that you already know all these skills that the job is needed. Okay, so let's see the week 3. Week 3 is I have 5 or 8 page of networking template that you can use. I already shared one with you today, and I have a lot more details that different scenario, what are some of the networking templates you can use that will help you to connect with the recruiters, right? So I will share that with you, as well as how can you work, some other tools again, Gantt chart, a lot of project management, people use Gantt chart. And also program management. And this is an interesting thing, is know about your 30, 60, 90 day. I just got a copy of a book, 30, 60, 90 days. So any job you're taking, no matter what role it is, you have to showcase that you are a good performer in the first 30, 60, 90 days, because that impression will last forever. Even if you're applying for a promotion, even if you're asking for a pay raise after your 1 year review, the first 30, 60, 90 days, how you are planning, how you're organizing, that will have a big impact. And I will talk more about in my session, coaching session, week 3, and also salary negotiation. And today I will share one template, but with the coaching team, what I do is every time they have an interview, I one-on-one sit together and I do an interview prep before they even accept an offer. Sometimes people are nervous. Okay, let me tell you. When you are getting job, when you already good all those skills, right? You already did resume, you already did LinkedIn, you already did networking, you got a job, but the last thing is negotiation. People don't want to negotiate at that time. They're like, I'm ready to join, I am just ready to start job. But that's a mistake, because you're losing money. Your people have extra budget to give you. They tell you a number and they wait for you to negotiate, and that even showcase that your negotiation skill, they will appreciate it, because they know you're smart. They know you working with smart people. Everyone wants to work with smart people, right? So do negotiation when you get that job offer at least 1 time. If you are more confident, do 2 times. But if you are less confident, at least 1 time, no matter what. No matter, let's say you have a very high paid job, they already offered you over 6 figure, but still 1 time, do negotiation. At least ask 15 to 20% more. And again, I'm gonna share that template right now shortly. The week 4, I talk about interview prep templates. So I already have a list of questions that interviewers ask, as well as I also have answers, some sample answers people can use. So that is a 10, 12 page I will share with you in the week 4. And what are the bonus items I give along with the 4 week? It's I do one-on-one mentor each week, other than the 1 hour session. If any question you have, you can ask me, or any job you apply, you got a call, you can ask me, I can guide that through. And I will provide a Scrum Master guide for people who are looking for a business analyst role or project management, program management role that will help you to prepare for your Scrum Master certification. And you don't even need to do the certification as long as you know ins and outs about what a Scrum Master is doing, because you, as a business analyst, you will be working as a Scrum Master also in certain point. And then I love to bring my network, my friends who are working in different company, invite them. Recently, I did a session. His name is Vignesh. He came. He's a business analyst and a product manager in United Airlines. He came and shared his concepts with all the students, and I also have a video uploaded. And also he hired for people like project manager, he hired for business analyst. So having those network, knowing those people is very important.